All right, let's talk about a problem that I'm pretty sure we've all struggled with: doing serious, professional research in this age of AI. The issue isn't a lack of information, right? It's the exact opposite. It's about cutting through all that noise to find what actually matters. So let's dive into how to master that.
Does this look familiar? Yeah, I thought so. It's that moment, right? You're deep into a project, you're trying to focus, but your screen is just this chaotic graveyard of open tabs, PDFs, and random documents. You end up spending way more time just looking for information than actually thinking about it. It's such a time sink, and honestly, it's just plain frustrating.
Now, you'd think AI would solve this, and I mean, there's this absolute explosion of new tools promising to be the answer. But here's the catch. If you're not careful, they can actually make the problem worse. They can just bury you under a whole new mountain of low-quality, unsourced junk, creating a whole new kind of noise.
So how do we actually cut through all that noise? Well, the secret is using a tool that's specifically designed for the job. And that brings us to what we're looking at today, Perplexity Pro. Notice what it calls itself, an AI answer engine. That's a really important distinction, and it's not just marketing speak.
So what does that really mean? It means this thing is built from the ground up for one purpose: to give deep, accurate answers for people doing serious work. And you see that key word there, sourced. This isn't about getting some random fact from the ether. It's about building your research on a solid foundation where you can actually see where every piece of information comes from.
And this slide just lays out the difference perfectly. Over on the left, that's the old way. You type in some keywords, you get a giant list of blue links, and then your real work begins, sifting, reading, and trying to connect the dots. But on the right, that's the new game. You ask a real question, and you get a synthesized answer, with all the sources neatly cited. It completely changes the workflow from being an information hunter to an insight generator.
Okay, so the theory is great, but how do you actually put this into practice? Let's get into the nuts and bolts, a step-by-step guide to building a way more efficient research workflow using a tool like this.
We're going to break it down into 3 core steps you can see right here: having the freedom to go unlimited, the power to upload your own files, and then the really cool part, tying it all together to build a powerful, repeatable workflow.
First up, and this one is a total game changer, is getting rid of the limits. Think about it. When you're really in the zone, deep in a research project, the last thing you want is a little counter in the back of your mind ticking down your daily queries. That just kills creativity.
This infinity symbol, it says it all, doesn't it? It represents the freedom to be truly curious, to follow every single rabbit hole, to cross-reference every little detail, and to explore every single angle without ever hitting a wall. For any serious researcher, that's not a luxury, it's absolutely essential. It puts your curiosity back in the driver's seat.
All right, now for step 2. This is where things get really, really powerful. We're talking about the ability to upload your own files and, well, basically have a conversation with your documents.
Just picture this for a second. You have a super dense 50-page market research PDF. Instead of spending hours reading it, you just upload it and ask, what are the top 3 growth drivers mentioned in this report? Or even better, you've got a huge CSV file of sales data. You can just upload it and ask, compare the performance of product X and product Y in the European market. That static document instantly becomes a dynamic source you can interrogate.
And that brings us to the final and maybe most important piece of the puzzle, putting it all together. This is where you graduate from just asking one-off questions to building a systematic, repeatable process for your research. This is how you really start to scale your ability to find those key insights.
This example just makes it so concrete. Imagine you upload that massive 100-page annual report. You can build a workflow of prompts. First, summarize the executive summary in 3 bullet points. Done. Next, extract all financial data for the last 2 fiscal years into a table. Bam! And finally, list the key strategic risks mentioned in the report and quote the source text for each one. A task that used to take up a whole afternoon is now done in minutes.
So when you combine all of these things, what does it all add up to? Well, it's way more than just a new tool. It's a fundamental upgrade to your professional capabilities. It's about gaining a genuine, measurable advantage in how you work and think. And here's the transformation, right in a nutshell. You go from that feeling of information overload to having focused, actionable insight. You stop chasing down endless links and you start getting direct answers. You trade hours of tedious manual work for instant AI-powered analysis. This is the new competitive edge for professionals, plain and simple.
This quote really just nails it. At the end of the day, research isn't about collecting data. It's about finding the insight hidden within that data. Tools like this just give you a much faster, much more direct path from A to B.
So let's end with this thought.
The technology is here. It can do the heavy lifting of finding and synthesizing information for us. That means the most valuable human skill now is the ability to ask the right questions. Your next breakthrough, your next big idea, it really could be just one great question away. The only thing left to figure out is, what are you going to ask?